Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for February 2020. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Taurus. You may be in love with a Taurus is in love with you, or you were intuitively guided to the channel, to the reading. You may not even be a Taurus, just something pulled you to the reading. If that's the case, just trust that there's messages here for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the reading. We're going to start with a deck of major arcanas. I've been using them again for the month of February for all the readings. You are number 6, if that means anything. I feel like I had to say that. So anyways, we're going to use these just to get an idea of what's going on, and then we're going to bring a couple extra decks in. So, excuse me. Let's take a moment and let's just clear our minds through a little deep breathing exercise. When your mind is nice and relaxed, this is the time to ask your guides to illuminate whatever messages are for you. Illuminate could be the whole reading, bits and pieces. Just stay open to it. Alright guys, let's begin. I want to remind you the time is fluid. Whenever you come across this reading, it's the right time for you. Don't let, if you see a date, like you accidentally pull up a reading and it's like, oh my gosh, everything in there is just what I needed to hear, and then you realize, wait a minute, it's a year old. Don't let that bother you. Your guides will bring you to what it is you need to see or hear at the right time. So we open the reading with the Tower, though I want to say the Tower is in reverse. We have the Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. We have the Emperor, your neighbor, card of Aries. And we have the High Priestess. So there's something going on here. It's almost like I asked for the facts, but the facts weren't given to me. So I had to go within, right? This is a situation where I had to trust my intuition about something. And I feel like it's almost like you have the power here, whether this tower lives or dies. Like it seems to come through you. It's the energy of trusting your intuition. Your intuition wants to lead you here. Just noticing everyone's looking back. This Emperor's looking right at the Moon. Trying to make, this could certainly be someone's boss also. Like, I'm trying to make a decision. I don't have all the facts in front of me, so I'm going to make an intuitive call here. I do feel like this is someone's boss, or, it could be a father figure, but this is definitely the energy of someone I look up to. So, nonetheless, this Emperor trying to make a decision, not trying, I don't know if that's the word I want to say, but making an intuitive call because, all the facts aren't on the table. I feel for someone, you may have had, in your workplace, you may have had like someone spreading something negative about you, And it's like your boss now is looking at, you know, like, I don't have all the facts in front of me. I don't have all the proof in front of me. So I really have to, make an intuitive call here. We have the Hierophant, your card, on the bottom of the deck. That's nice to see. With the Empress right next to that. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. It looks like the Empress is standing behind you, standing with you, you know, taking your side, seeing your side. So maybe this Emperor was going to roll against you. And I feel like the Empress is, you know, quietly, secretly helping your case in a way. You know, I'm calling it a case, but helping your situation. Okay, let's keep going. I believe this deck is called Tarot. Oh my gosh, I just forgot. What the heck? Sorry, guys, the name just left me. One more. We have the Princess of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly. If it's a person, this would be someone who is younger than yourself. Could also be of an earlier time, you know, back in the day when I was this age or they were this age. Could also be a child. You could be that child. We have the Nine of Swords, which is interesting because this Nine of Swords is falling below the moon. So, you know, it kind of makes me feel, I don't know. I mean, the Princess of Wands could be you, could be someone else. But, so there's a lot of fear relating to what I can't see, what I don't know, what, almost like someone waiting to see if you're going to bring a tower into them, fearing that you're going to bring the tower into them, to them, in their life. Let's keep going. Let's see where this is going. Alright, we're not going to take all these cards. But we'll take what flipped up. We have the World. The World falling under the Emperor. We have the Ten of Wands. Interesting. We have the King of Pentacles. Could be you. Another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we have the Star card of Aquarius. You know, it's like someone holds the key to whether my dreams come true or not. Someone else holds the key as to what, you know, well, but wait a minute, am I just thinking that, or is that truly the case? You know, thinking someone else holds the key to my happiness, someone else holds the key to my abundance. However, when I look at the Nine of Swords, I'm reminded that that is unnecessary worry. That's worry that I may have created myself, you know, based off real life events, but I take it and I kind of blow it up in my mind. So I definitely feel like someone's holding the key. I feel like someone's holding the key to my happiness in whatever way that is. And, you know, I just want to say also there could be the energy of someone not wanting something revealed. Mainly because they don't know how it's going to be received. I don't feel like I have energy of, well, you know, it's not that I don't know. I don't feel like I have energy where I can't trust someone, but yet I feel like, you know, I have two people here. I have one who's fearful of the truth coming out, and I feel like I'm fearful of the truth coming out only because I don't know that it's going to be perceived in reality, you know, in the facts, that type of thing. And there's someone else I feel like who is basing a decision, basing a move, ending something, but they don't have all the facts, right? So they're basing it on an intuitive call, on what they're feeling. And I feel like in the long run, the tower doesn't come down. But that doesn't mean that something doesn't end, because under the Emperor, I have the World card. So this is about a new chapter opening up in our life, a new way of being, you know, anything. But it's the energy of, you know, one chapter closing and another one is ready to open. This Emperor could be, you know, even thinking if it's work, like, who am I going to bring with me, right? Who am I taking with me? I feel like also the energy of something, you know, like I've laid the groundwork. I've been working on it, right? I've had a lot of heavy responsibilities, usually because of others, right? I've been responsible for others, but now I'm moving out of that energy where I'm more responsible for myself. And again, I feel like this Emperor, almost like I want to put a team together to come with me, and you may be one of those people, or you may be the Emperor, but you may be one of those people that the Emperor is thinking of. And I don't know, I feel like someone may be waiting for a decision to be handed down. And again, I have a lot of fear wrapped around that decision, but I don't need to, so to speak. I feel like what comes out is what needs to come out. What is heard needs to be heard, and in some way falls in your favor. Even if it's you, like, I don't know if I want this to come out. I don't know. I just kind of feel like you don't really have to fear it so much. Let's get our last two cards out. And then we'll bring one more deck in. Well, possibly one more deck. You know, I'm looking at the Tower here and the Ten of Wands over here. And often within the Ten of Wands, I feel like I'm walking to the Tower. I'm at the end of something that has been heavy. Hasn't been easy. And I'm ready for it to end. It's almost like if it doesn't end, I'm ready for the universe to then come in and hand down this tower to me. But I feel like what happens is you do step in and you know, you do end that certain period of whatever it could be for you. Sometimes it's, you know, I've been silent all along and now it's time for me to speak up, right? Time for me to speak up. And I just need to jump back one more time because I also feel like the Emperor, again, may be opening up a business and deciding who to take with them. You know, I got a little bit of that energy of being fearful to make a move, because again, like all the facts aren't in front of me. And this is related to your dreams, though. Okay, so this is related to something that you want. You probably have even put the work in for, but maybe that next step is you know, overwhelming. Because again, I'm moving through something, even though all the facts aren't revealed. But enough has been revealed. You know, first of all, enough has been revealed where the Emperor feels like they can make an intuitive call. And it feels the same for you. So, you know, like, I don't want you to stand in the way of your own dreams, because that's what the Nine of Swords is doing. It's standing between your dream. Some of you, this dream may be of Pisces, right? You may be Earth and you know, you're into a Pisces, whatever that means. You know, it doesn't have to be romantically. But again, I'm seeing this Nine of Swords as a little bit of a stumbling block into my next chapter. All right, let's keep going. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. I was going to take all these cards, but they came face up, so I can't refuse them. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is an opportunity for abundance within your material world. This is no joke. I love when the first ace that presents itself is the same as the sign, and it is. It's Earth. And, you know, this is something you can count on. This is something you can build from. This is the potential of what can be, but it's being laid out in front of you. It's being brought to you. Many times this is an opportunity. It can be for anything, but it's certainly about abundance. So it's falling under the King of Pentacles, which I love. Well, now we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles, both attached to the Star. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, the Star, but also the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So, two people who have the same dream. Two people who have the same dream. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles many times to me feels like a card of destiny. And, you know, what I love is to have the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles and the Star. This is manifesting. This shows me that you are responsible for manifesting this Ace of Pentacles. Maybe directly, indirectly. Maybe you don't even know it. This can be, you know, thinking about it. Not just thinking about it, though. You know, Seven of Pentacles is the energy of planning. It's the energy of getting ready to stock up my pentacles, so to speak. It's a seed that is about to come to harvest, that has now produced something for me, something of substance, right? Seven of Pentacles talks about, while we're waiting for something, our job is to nurture that, whether we're nurturing the actual seed, the thoughts around it, whatever it is, it's staying optimistic about it, no matter how long it takes to bring it to fruition. This is it showing, though. This is that seed that is now, it's harvest day, right? It's harvest day. This also tells me this is an energy that your soul has wanted, an experience that your soul has wanted. So it's not just about the human body and the human condition. This is also spiritual. We have more cards. It's a lot of cards, Taurus. We have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Did I say Cancer? And we have the Strength card, card of Leo. Okay. We have the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You know, this is the energy of like-minded, coming around like-minded people. This is the energy of competition. I can be in competition with myself, with my employees, right, with my employer, with other talent. But this is not fearing it. It's the energy also knowing that you're entering into a period where There's a lot of like-minded people around you. These people will tend to motivate you to keep going towards your goal. Sometimes I feel like it's soulmate energy. This is not about the card. I'm just feeling this now, you know, because I'm feeling like during any, I want to be careful with the words because I want to say difficult, but I don't mean difficult as in I can't get it done. And I feel a little fun around this difficulty, as in part of the fun is figuring it out. So some of you, that's part of the fun, is figuring it out, kind of like the detective, right? Not about catching the bad guy. It's what I enjoy is following the clues. So anyway, we have justice below. Some of you may be starting law school. There may be a like a law what am I feeling here? You know, I want to say like almost like a professor deciding whether to take you into his class, but I feel like it's more than that. Maybe you've been going to school and now someone making a decision to take you in as a partner. Okay, let's keep going. Let's bring the clarifiers out right away since we have so many cards. Otherwise your reading is going to be 9 hours long. Let's bring in the crystal vision. No. Actually, we're going to bring in the universal tarot. Ace of Cups was on the bottom of the deck when I began and is still on the bottom. So we'll see. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin. Alright, so we have the 3 of Swords on the Tower. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. We also have the Emperor here, so King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Look at this, we have the Star back again. It's almost like this Emperor is responsible of whether you get to live within your dream world. Again, the energy of wanting to combine, wanting to bring a group together, wanting to collaborate. And maybe before you were turned down, you didn't get the position that you wanted. But it's like your dreams coming back around again, right? The opportunity comes back around again. And it's funny because the King of Wands is like looking even closer at you. Maybe even seeing what you bring to the table, your unique self, your unique talents. Again, the Emperor with the star right over, it's like, again, this Emperor has, like the awesome power of whether you start to move into your dream world. We have Judgment over here. It's the energy of rebirth. It's the energy of a call to attention, a call to action. Within Judgment, it tells us to move into, you have Judgment and then you have the World. That's the order that falls in, right? You have the Judgment first, which says to enter into this next chapter, which, by the way, the World is a very spiritual part of our life, very spiritual time of our life. The ability to enter into that is is dependent on what it is you can let go, what doors you can close, the willingness to say yes to your dreams. And it's funny because I feel like this emperor making a decision based on his or her intuition, right? Again, a gut call. And I feel like the same is for you. At one time it just feels like this is what I wanted, but I didn't receive it. And I have the Three Swords over there, so it broke my heart. No doubt. Like, I felt it deeply, whatever was refused to me, whatever, and I feel like, almost like if this is a job, like, oh, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing what I'm doing and wanting this new opportunity. Well, it's coming to you. No matter how it comes to you, it's coming to you. And I can't help but think this King of Wands is just looking at you and seeing you maybe in a new light, seeing you for exactly what you're capable of. I do feel like you've gone through some lessons, and some of them could be, through your work, but I also feel like this is about life lessons. And judgment doesn't say forget them. It's like, no, I don't want you living in the energy. Well, I don't know. It's just calling for a different way for you to view probably your life. So, I also want to say, if you know what I'm talking about here, I feel like, again, this opportunity, which is this Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like it's something that comes in. I feel like it's something I've been waiting for, but when it arrives, it feels quick. It feels like, oh, right? Because with that, there is a decision that needs to be made. Are you going to accept this? Or are you going to move into this next chapter? Are you ready to walk within your spirituality? I feel like that's some of the things that's going to be brought up to you. I feel like also Judgment is coming out, talking about, again, a period of your life where, you were responsible for others. Maybe you were leading a team, maybe you were leading your family. But it does feel like, a lot of the responsibilities fell on your shoulders. This is you being recognized for that, though. Listen, if it's not a human person coming up and being like, hey, Taurus, great job. Great job. It's your guides. It's your loved ones. It's spiritual. Because this is a time where it's also asking you, it's time to walk in that spirituality. We have the Two of Pentacles, where there's the question. There it is. And, the Two of Pentacles is falling over the High Priestess. So, again, this is an intuitive call. I can sit down and I can make a plan, right? And I can put it on paper, and I can do the pro and the con list. But I've got to, because sometimes something looks one way on paper, but it's not quite how I'm feeling it. So this, for you, also is an intuitive call. You may be wondering, am I willing to, because in some way it's going to change your life if it doesn't change everything in your life. And eventually it probably will. And this is you trying to figure out is, can I handle this? Can I include this in my life? And Two of Pentacles to me is a yes. It states that it knows that this isn't always an easy decision, right? And sometimes things come in kind of unexpectedly, though I feel like you're prepared for it. Like, you've been preparing for this, but, my question is, can I fit it into my life in some capacity? I feel like the answer is yes. But bottom line is, you already know this, because this is something I kind of feel like it's burning within you. So, all the way around, it's an intuitive call. All right, let's keep going. We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Ten of Swords. I'm feeling a lot of work where I'm now standing up for the little guy. I'm now speaking for the little guy. I'm defending the little guy. Some of you, I swear, like graduated from college and now you're going into a law firm, and I feel like you're going to the right place, but I do feel the energy of, you know, standing up for those who maybe can't stand up for themselves, defending over those, I don't know, like crash, I don't know, just feeling like big mouse. So, many of you moving into some type of field where your main objective is, again, helping others. It can be in a million different ways, guys. Helping someone get a loan, I'm helping, right? Maybe sometimes we don't think of the banker as someone who is doing soul work, but many of them are. Anyway, so, wow. I'm going to leave this all out for a minute. Oh, we have another card. Hello, Two of Cups. Card of Soulmates. Can be in love, can be in work, can be my brother and sister, right? This is the energy of soulmates, knowing that this person is of soulmate energy for me, to me, and me to them. Coming over this Princess of Wands. So let's keep going, see why. Well, because we have the Ace of Wands. So someone within this Two of Cups wants action. This Ace of Wands, though, is falling between the Ace of Pentacles, not the Ace of Pentacles, the Princess of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. So, even though I may want movement here, I'm afraid of it, right? I'm afraid of it, but yet it feels like it's being presented to me anyway. You know, it's kind of like the universe is saying, we're not going to sit here and wait until all your fear goes away, because maybe you're not being as proactive as you could in eliminating it. So we're going to bring in this ace, maybe before you feel like you're ready. But the universe is saying, but you're ready. You're ready. Again, this Ace of Wands touching the King of Wands. So this is also someone, I mean, they want to merge with you. Is that the right word? They want to collaborate with you, whether we are talking about love or, again, an opportunity. This is an opportunity. This is someone who feels that they could definitely work with you. And I bet it's a two-way street, even though I feel like the opportunity they're presenting you feels a little out of your wheel wagon. Wheel wagon? But that's your thought, not their thought. So I like this as it relates to work, career, employment. You know, I feel like some beautiful opportunities coming your way. I feel like someone's just been watching, keeping an eye on you. And again, I don't know why I keep repeating this, but I feel like when it relates to my work again, almost like, you know, for some, this could certainly be the energy of like, I'm feeling like I'm in a factory, and perhaps the factory is going to close, and they're only taking a few people with them to then, so maybe the factory closes, but the idea, the concept, that's not closing. And someone taking you along to maybe even build a new factory. Now I'm saying a factory. It doesn't have to be a factory. It's just kind of where my mind went. we have the Five of Cups. It's like the energy of working with someone again. Can I work with them again? Oh, we had a card just flip. I thought we had a card flip. The Magician. Look at this. The Magician flipped itself around to come over the world. Also the Emperor. And also Judgment. It's funny because I'm wondering if I can be with this person again. I'm wondering if I can work with this person again. But yet, the Magician then comes out over the world. So, I had a heavy hand in the creation of what's about to happen within my world. I've had a major influence. This could certainly be, you know, it's the energy of manifesting, right? And it feels like, and just be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And you're meant to get this. But there's something, again, there's just a little bit of resistance to it. I don't feel like it to the point where you say no to it. But for some of you, it is about, can I work with someone again? Some of you, this is about love. Can we bring this back together again? But this is showing me your part in it, right? This means you were in cahoots with the universe. Because certainly been on a subconscious level, but nonetheless, here it is. It's beginning. It's in your world, and what you're going to do with it, right? What you're going to do with it. Infinity, as above, so below. You know, I think of the Magician and coming over the world, and I feel like whatever wants to begin for you, you are more than qualified. I have, look at this, I have the Ten of Wands coming over the Ten of Wands with the Chariot. Card of Cancer, by the way. Listen, my darlings, the Chariot's coming over these Ten of Wands, so let's look at that. First of all, that's the ability for something to end. Why do I feel like I have two people now kind of mirroring each other? Where did the Five of Wands go? It's right here. It is the underlying energy. So, and I'm saying that because I feel like who's ever in this Two of Cups, again, whether it be work or love, maybe both, because I do have an emotional attachment to these people, to this person, and not just that, even if I'm fearing the coming back together, right, the working together again, loving each other again, even though I do have fear over that, the Magician is the energy of reminding me that I have what it takes. I can do this, right? I can do this. And then to me, the Ten of Wands, I feel like what I'm finding out, if I don't know already, is someone someone is within this Two of Cups. It's not just anyone. This is someone that you know, someone that you want to bring in. And maybe you had no hand in this. Maybe the Emperor is the one who's putting together this team, and you find within this team is your Two of Cups, right? And in some fashion, it's what you wanted, right? It is, I do want this type of energy in my life again. And I think what you're going to find within this Two of Cups is the two of you will have very similar circumstances. And what I love too is, you know, I just feel like it's not just about you ending something right now. It's like when I read for you, I feel like I'm reading for them too. So very, very similar circumstances. And when I say very similar circumstances, I want you to think about the journey you were just on, the awesome responsibilities that you you had to carry, and I feel like, like maybe I was taking care of a parent and they were also taking care of a parent. Maybe I was just raising my family, and, it was a struggle. And I'm at the point now where, it's more about me and my dreams, because it is about your dreams. Anyway, two people going through similar something, maybe in your whole lives you'll find these similarities with someone else. Okay, let's keep going. I'm still going to leave this out. I don't know why. Normally I don't like to leave this many cards out, especially with an earth sign reading. It's just what I feel right now, so we're gonna go with it. See the Emperor on the bottom of the deck again. Alright, let's keep going. Let's look at this King of Pentacles, along with the Star. I feel like some of you are about to enter into, what this world is symbolizing for you is entering into the world again where, I feel like some of you are going to be helping. You may be building a building, but I feel like you're helping those who may have had addiction problems, helping them overcome it, right? This could be within a rehab type of energy, but, it doesn't have to be alcohol in that, but it's some type of, restrictions that they have on them. And I feel like you're coming in to help them overcome that. And I feel like what I could say here is, for some of you, it might help a little bit more to know that, when I talk to people who I'm helping, I feel like there's a lot of history behind what it is that kind of holds them back. Again, drinking, sex addiction, gambling, feeling tied to another person. This could be like, I don't know. It's just in that energy, and it's kind of a beautiful flowing type of energy. And in the same breath, I want to say, it's kind of like you were born to do this. Okay. It's like if I wanted to build a rehab and I have all the plans in place, now I'm receiving the funding. Now I receive the funding. And I do feel like for some of you, it is about the healing process over what had someone and helping to release that from them. We have the Four of Cups and we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands touching the star tells me that whatever this dream is that you have, it's showing me the energy that you put behind it. So this is not something I feel like it's just falling into my lap, so to speak. This is something that I put energy into. This is about staying focused. Someone's at that crossroads right now where they're thinking of, it seems like how do I want to say this? Like, I want to create something over here, right? But maybe I have a lazy nature. Maybe I don't have a lazy nature. Excuse me. Maybe it's not a lazy nature, but I've just fallen into that pattern. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink. Maybe I just fell into that pattern. What I'm noticing is the Nine of Wands is looking right at the energy of the star, your hopes and dreams, and above the Nine of Wands is the Ace of Wands, which brings us to the 10, which we've had two 10s over here. These are energies that are ending, right? So if I'm leery about my hopes and dreams, it's because, it's not based in fact. It's based in the type of energy, only like, can I, should I, how will I be in this? And Universe is saying, stay focused on this, my dear. Stay focused. Because the ability to then walk in your dreams, walk within your dreams, are very real. So, you know, if I'm feeling a little, I don't know. I've got to be proactive here too. We have the Hangman, but guess what? Hangman has been awoken. Has an awakening. The Hangman has an awakening. The Hangman is in movement. I kind of love that this came in reverse here, because we started with the Tower in reverse next to the moon. And I feel like whatever was hidden is no longer hidden. Whatever was in the dark has come to the light. Hangman, with this awakening, is right over your star, right over your hopes, right over your dreams. This is a clear signal to move forward in this direction. This is, you know, I feel like it's funny because it's attached to the Five of Cups, so something within this awakening for this Hangman has to do with someone of the past. Well, if I just look at the pattern, at the Hangman in the awakening stage, over energy of the past with the star, again, right above it and below it. So I'm covered when it comes to my hopes and dreams coming true. I'm covered here. You know, like there's nothing that's going to stop it at this point. We have the Knight of Wands rushing in, passionate. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the Eight of Cups. So I don't know, Taurus. All I can say is it feels like there are some supporting characters who are going to make sure that you're in place, that you're where you need to be, when you need to be there. Almost, you know, I mean, you do have some say here, of course you do. You can always say, no, I don't want that ace. No, take it away. But because you're in the awakening stage, I feel like this is the energy of knowing I'm on the right path. What happens after the Hangman has this awakening? Passion. It's like passion rushes in. With that passion, it puts me in the Two of Wands energy. I'm ready. I'm ready for movement. Where am I heading? Well, what follows the Two of Wands is the Eight of Cups. I'm moving towards my desires, towards my dreams. The Eight of Cups is about getting an emotional house in order so I can continue on this journey. They're heading towards the Nine of Cups. That's self-fulfillment. That's feeling good within myself again. My emotional house is in order. Order enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's in order. Feeling good within my own skin. And the only way I can get there is by chasing my own desires. You see your pattern? There's a pattern evolving here. So let's follow the cards. So the awakening, passion starts rushing in, where before I had doubt, now I have, now I'm looking forward. It doesn't mean I still don't have a little fear, but it's not the overwhelming energy any longer, because now I'm moving into the actual point of, I don't know, there was something I just wanted to say, point of no return, so to speak, but it's towards, you know, it's funny because you're moving out of this heavy energy of taking care of everyone else, and now you're moving into the energy of taking care of you, of doing what it is you want to do. You have your hopes and dreams all over the board. You have the awakening. You have the Chariot, which is the ability to take this chariot into my next chapter. Let's keep going. It's like the Chariot shows up to take you through this Eight of Cups energy into the Nine of Cups. So I don't even have to walk. It's just there. I'm like running out of room, but I don't want to stop. We have the Page of Swords, which is coming out on the Ace of Pentacles. If it's a person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's the energy of learning the truth, feeling the truth, speaking the truth. Sometimes it's the energy of an apology that comes in, whether I'm making that apology to another or someone else is making it to me, making it right. I often feel through the swords, though, it's coming in a very authentic way. So someone's speaking the truth. Doesn't always mean I like the truth, but speaking the truth, which I do like. And then we have the Four of Swords. So we have this Queen and King. Whatever this Page of Swords brings in, by the way, is connected to this Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this could be the energy of this person up in the Two of Cups, right? My soulmate energy. And I probably have been with them before because of the Five of Cups being up here. I probably have been with them. I feel like somebody comes in, speaks their mind, and it does feel like it's coming from the truth. And because of that, it right away puts us in the Four of Swords energy, which, by the way, this Queen of Pentacles has the Four of Swords to the right of her. And that also puts the Four of Swords to the right of the King of Pentacles. But it's like this Queen of Pentacles getting this double healing. So perhaps whatever this King comes in and speaks about helps this Queen overcome. And it could be both of them then have the ability to overcome. Let's look. We have the Empress. So she was here before. We have, look at that. We have the Empress and the Emperor coming together. I have to say, I don't see that very often, and I do a lot of readings. I don't see them coming side by side very often. And let me tell you something. What a power couple we have here. This Empress and Emperor, both of them, again, the healing process, both of them have the Four of Swords attached. This tells me that this King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles being in a little bit of lower energy, and through whatever someone's speaking, it allows us to then take our rightful place again and become this power couple. I'm not just going to limit this to love, because I feel like this is also talking about work. I want to go back and be like that Emperor wants me to come to his team, but I feel like it's more than just coming to the team. Not for everyone. Some is just legit, a legitimate offer. But I have a feeling for some, there's a love attached to that. Let's keep going. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So, what is someone speaking over here? What kind of truth are they coming in? Well, let's look at this. We have the Five of Swords with the Eight of Swords from the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like someone may be coming in saying, Taurus, I loved you. I've always loved you. I recognize my words and how my words have hurt you. And your words have hurt me. But, this is someone recognizing their part and recognizing how a poor level of communication really broke down a relationship. And I feel like it wasn't in the love, but it was in the communication. It was in trust. It was in that type of thing. I feel like, one of my worries would be if this person comes, well, when this person comes forward, or it's me coming forward, and their worry would be, will I be put back in that energy of feeling like I was thrown out in the cold, right? That tower almost came in before, right? I'm afraid that the tower will show up again and will cause a destruction in my life I don't know if I can take. The Eight of Swords is fear-based energy that can stop me from doing something because of what I've created around me. Normally, this is due to what other people have told us, other people have said, right? Other people's actions, but through their actions and their words, we create this wall around ourselves. It's showing me what the fear is about. It's the fear of then having to move into the Five of Pentacles energy. Five of Pentacles, again, feeling like I'm been thrown out in the cold. It's like the tower, really. To me, the Five of Pentacles is the tower. The tower shows up and bam, bam. I don't have a choice then but to move into tough energy. So this is my fear. Okay, this is my fear. And I feel like, what is the main thing I would say to that person? I would say that the way you talk to me, the way we did not communicate unless we were fighting, and this is probably more towards the end, because don't forget, we are soulmates, okay? Now, soulmates doesn't mean that we have to spend the rest of our lives together. No, we don't have to do that. There's probably other soulmates waiting. There are. Yeah, there are. But this is the energy of wanting to be with this soulmate, right? So it's very clear why something happened. And by the way, it is falling under or over the energy of the devil. And that's the energy of temptation, right? That's the energy of many times giving into temptation. Because it'd be in reverse if it was otherwise. And that may be part of, a past pattern also. But I feel like someone especially with the Hangman, right in the middle of this spread, in the awakening stage, right? In the awakening stage. And this didn't just happen. This is something that someone had their focus on. This is something that someone wanted. I wanted this spiritual awakening. I wanted it. And therefore, you do have it. This awakening is directly also attached, not for everyone, but for some of you, of the person of the past. So whether you have that awakening, they have that awakening, you both have an awakening, right? Because you both had similar energy over here that is now able to come to an end. And then I show this power couple. Boom. Power. Power. Okay, let's keep going. Actually, I'm going to pick these up now. I think we've gone as far as we can go with these. It's going to turn a tower around, but I can't find it. Oh, it's right here. Can't turn it around yet. Okay. Alright, what do I want to do here? I think what I want to do is I want to pull out this block. And that is the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Star, and the Ace of Pentacles. And I want to just delve a little deeper into that. Not much, just a little deeper into that. And let's bring out the crystal vision for that. I have a feeling this deck wanted to come into play anyway. Again, I feel like this is someone that I'm sharing my dreams with, whether I know that or not, whether they know that or not. We have similar dreams, and it seems that both receive this Ace of Pentacles, whether one is bringing it into the other, or they're both receiving it, and who knows, maybe we just end up in the same place. Again, this can certainly be the energy of, I accept a position, and lo and behold, within that position, I am teamed up with someone who that I can then call my soulmate. And some of you, this, yes, it is romantic, but it doesn't start in that way, but it moves into that direction. Some of you, again, it's the coming back together with someone that, honestly, I don't know, but it's like if I say yes to one opportunity, I just feel like everything is revealed, right? We opened up the reading with not knowing everything, but we quickly move into knowing enough. Okay. We have the Four of Swords, but it's shown in reverse, and I know that it meant to show in reverse, and I feel like the healing has been successful. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is someone who's very intuitive, though. It's almost like she has this healing. They have this healing. Healing takes place, right? We know that because the Hangman has the awareness, the awakening. Queen of Wands is, again, very intuitive. She's attached to this king. She's attached to this emperor. And I feel like for some of you, it's almost like I was below this emperor, but now I'm moving into the same status as this emperor. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Lovers. Lovers. Hello, Ten of Cups. And we have the Death card of Scorpio. I feel like for some, the Scorpio is directly attached to this Queen of Pentacles also. So, hello. First of all, look at this. With the Ace of Pentacles. And what came out to clarify it? The Lovers and the Ten of Cups. Well, tell me how that can get any better, because I don't know. I don't think it can. The Lovers. This is a connection that is undeniable. The Lovers can talk about a head over heart decision, right? And it can mean that, because here we also have the Death card. So the Death card asks us to be willing to end something, be willing to close one door, because a new door, hello, Ace of Pentacles, wants to open. To receive this in its full blessing, though, I just need to close one door. That's the Ten of Wands for you guys. Closing the energy of the Ten of Wands. That's the period of heavy responsibility for others. Maybe some of this I never needed to be responsible for. Whatever it is, but I feel like that's being lifted. But I have to be able to close the door to that energy. Because, guys, look at what's opening. Ace of Pentacles is beginning of a beautiful type of relationship. This is someone I feel I am directly tied to, connected to, spiritual, truly spiritual. This is knowing that someone is my soulmate, maybe even a twin flame, but don't worry about that. I shouldn't even said that. And it doesn't mean that it's not. It just means that it's not about that. It is about the connection, though. And look at the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups. Some of you, even though this may be at the beginning, because, again, letting go of the restrictions that would allow me to live in the world that I truly want to live in anyway. I don't know. I think that's quite beautiful. Healing process is finished. You now have arrived. It's like arriving at the pearly gates, right? Arriving. You have arrived. You have put in the work. This is literally the work is done, so to speak, as it relates to what was. This is all about what will be. And allowing that. 7, such a spiritual number, right? Such a spiritual number, you know, and it's coming over the house of Aquarius. Some of you, I feel like that means something, like the house of Aquarius. I want to see if anything else wants to come out. I don't know. I don't know what else can come out with the 10 of Cups and the Lovers here. Okay, nothing wants to come out. So what I want to do to finish your reading is I want to do an oracle card. And the reason why I want to do an oracle card is I feel the spiritual connection within your reading. I feel it strongly. And there may be just a touch of doubt out there. So I feel like that's what I need to do. But I want to show you one more time. This is about your hopes, your dreams. This is about bringing it to fruition now. Here it is. This is the ace that comes into your physical world. Comes into your physical world. It's attached to you through the King of Pentacles and this Queen of Pentacles. They are living a very similar life. Maybe they haven't come together yet, right? But this is what some of the things they're going to find out. And look where it takes you. It takes you to the 10 of Cups. This is not about getting to that 10 of Cups immediately, right? Because this is about the beginning of it. Whether this is a relationship that had been before, I'm treating it brand new. Because in a way, it is brand new. This is feeling the blessing behind it. Even if there's a little struggle, feeling the blessing. So this ace shows up. And this is where it takes you. You will be, you know, if nothing else, let's look at it in another way. If nothing else, this gives you the ability to chase dreams where it is about harmony. You know, you will have that happiness that you're seeking if you decide to take this journey. I mean, you don't have to, right? The ace is the potential of what could be. But if I don't want it, then let's close this journey out and let's look at another road, right? But this is the road that's being presented to you. So I forget the Magician came up too, and I feel like that's the energy of a couple things. Letting me know that this is what you want. You see the benefits of it, the glory of it. This tells me that the roads that you have been on have given you the tools that you need to be very successful in your life. It shows us how you can manifest, right? Because the Magician, I want to manifest something to me. Ace of Pentacles, here it is, baby. Showing up physical, in your physical world. I feel like I need to keep saying that, like in your physical world. This is not just about my spirituality. This is both. So, I don't know. I don't know other than I'm in love with your reading. Okay, and we're going to finish with an oracle card. Mother Mary. I think I might do a past life reading too. I haven't done that in a while. We have patience. I trust in divine timing. We have children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive change for them and me. We did have the Emperor and the Empress. Some of you it may be the energy of becoming a parent. So let's read. Let's start with children. It's the first thing that came up. Miracles occur as God's healing love flows through an open human heart. You are a vessel for miracles involving children. This card comes to you because the answer to your question has to do with young people. Mother Mary oversees everyone whose life purpose involves children, as she cares deeply for their welfare. By the way, this is really making me feel the energy again of some of you moving into the field of many different things, but where you in some way are standing up for those who in a way cannot stand up for themselves. So clearly some of this has to do with children. All right. Mother Mary oversees everyone whose life purpose involves children, as she cares deeply for their welfare. Work in conjunction with her to bring more of them into your life and to help youth in need. She will guide your every step if you listen carefully to the wisdom within your heart. If that is what you're doing, I mean, what a sign. What a sign that you're on the right path. Okay, patience. God's timing is perfect, as this card reminds you. When you pray for help, that request is heard and answered. If your prayers involve other people, their free will decisions influence the timing of the outcome. Heaven knows this and devises solutions that arrive at exactly the right moment. You receive this card as a reminder to have patience with God's plans and solutions. If you try to control, force, or push your own agenda, you may miss out on an infinitely better alternative. Ask Mother Mary to help you demonstrate her infinite patience and trust in God's timing. Well, so something's coming your direction. Something's coming your way. And I feel like it's different things for different people. I feel like many of you are being helped into your rightful place, your rightful position, where you may do the most good for the world, even if it's one person at a time. It just feels like real importance within your ability. You know, patience tells us that it can't always come together when I want it to come together because of maybe the way that I'm asking it to come together. And again, other people's choices are their choices. Sometimes I have to allow them the time, right, to figure it out, to pull it together, whatever it is. I know many of you are moving into like some type of social work. And if you had questions around it, maybe there may be someone who is thinking of adopting, and you may be adopting someone who has some types of challenges. But if that's the case, you know, you're just perfect together. And I don't know, there's just a lot of beauty in this reading, guys. And, you know, you've been taking care of others for so long. This is now about taking care of yourself in the way of your dreams. Because your dreams aren't all about you. And I know that. Your dreams are about others. So, I don't know. I just feel like this is the time. 2020 is the time of action. It's the time of action. So, you know, let's work with the universe and not resist it. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. As always, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for your trust in the messages. Sometimes the whole reading is going to be for you, and sometimes it bits and pieces. But if you really get in tuned, you'll know which is which. I don't know. I just thank you guys so much. Thank you for your beautiful donations. This month, your donations have real, I mean, they always have purpose behind it, but real purpose, and that purpose is to help Sandy get to Sam. Because I told you in an earlier video, I had some financial things that came up that literally stopped me in my tracks. And I'm trying to overcome that now so I can get to my baby, because I miss my baby. I miss him. So that is what, thank you for your donations to help me, but thank you also for your prayers to help Sandy get to Sam. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. Let's just go out and live our potential. Live our potential. You have aces that are coming in. I say run with them. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.